Hello, this is Dan Lietha, and I'd like to welcome you to Inktober 2019. For those of you that don't know what Inktober is, it's a challenge that an artist put out a while back, a number of years ago, just to get other artists drawing every day for the month of October. And so I thought I would join in this year and at least do a drawing every day, and hopefully even do a video, just a short little video, such as you see here. And a few months ago, earlier this year, I posted on Facebook and I asked the question, if I were to produce some videos of art instruction, what types of things would you be interested in me producing? And a number of you weighed in on that, and so I was very encouraged, and I acquired some video equipment and some lighting and other, some software and such, and so now I'm pretty much ready to go, and I just have to try out my equipment and do some practicing. And so I thought the month of October with this Inktober thing would be a good time to do it, and so here we are. And what I'd like to do is to have on my YouTube channel in particular a resource for Christians, particularly Christian parents that have kids that are creative, heading in the artistic direction somehow, and they would like a trustworthy resource of cartooning and Christian illustration instruction to be able to go to. And I've been a Christian cartoonist in full-time ministry now for coming up on 23 years. And over that time frame, a lot of people have come to me and they've said, hey, I've got a Christian child, or a child that I want to give some good art instruction to. Do you have any resources? Do you know where there's a school, or do you know books and videos and all that sort of stuff? And sometimes I struggle a little bit with trying to come up with really good, trustworthy, rock solid. They're out there, but it's kind of a minefield, because you give someone a web address or a video channel or something, and it doesn't take too long, and all of a sudden, they put something up there that wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. So I'd like to make a channel that at least I know that I'm trustworthy with clean humor, and it's going to be a Christian site with biblical content, and I'll be doing cartoons and other types of illustration, and fun and creative. So that's the type of resources that I'd like to produce, and I'd like to share some history and some background on my drawing and art career, and stories from my 20 plus years of full-time Christian art ministry. And so this would be a great place to do it. And while we're thinking about that, I was thinking, there's some verses in the Bible that I could use as kind of a place to point for what I have in mind. And Genesis 1:1 comes to mind right away, because I'm right now in creation ministry. And so in Genesis 1:1 we find out that in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. So the first thing that we learn about God is that he was our creator. And I think that we're creative as a reflection of the God that created us. We're creatures that are creative like no other beings that God has created. And so that's a very special thing. And Ephesians 2:10 says, for we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. And so God created us to do good things, to do work that represents him well. And that's what I want to do with my artwork. And then Romans 12:2 says, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. And so my cartoons are a bit different, maybe even from a lot that are in the Christian realm. And I'd like to pass some of that information on to young students, and teach a a new crop of Christian illustrators, some of the things that I've learned. So this new endeavor is an exciting thing, and I hope that you'll share the good news with anyone that has children that need a resource like I desire to produce. And I look forward to seeing what the upcoming days and months are going to produce. But I do want to have a resource that's regularly produced. We'll have to see what the time frame is and how that works out with all the busyness of my life too here. But want to grow a library of how-to videos and biblical instruction and creative projects and things that maybe even Sunday schools and homeschoolers and kids at home and all kinds of different situations can use. So look below for my link to my Facebook page and my website, and I'm going to have a new website coming up here sometime in the future, and I look forward to producing more instructional videos. Now, this video that you're watching here seems to be a little different too. There's a dinosaur. He's got something on his nose, and I think you're kind of getting the idea now of what is actually happening to this poor guy. But they're actually, beyond the joke of the drawing, there's actually a point in this cartoon, and it's a bit anti-evolutionary. I seem to have a knack for doing that sort of thing. So the point of the cartoon is, and as you see, this creature here is a bird, which the Bible informs us was created on day 5. Land animals, including dinosaurs are land animals, were created on day 6. And so birds came before dinosaurs. The world tells us these days that dinosaurs evolved into birds. That's the wrong way around. So the point of this cartoon is that dinosaurs and birds live together. And it's a little different way of saying it, but that's the point of this cartoon. So, Inktober number 1, 2019, we have begun. And I thank you for watching, and I hope that you'll join me in this unique endeavor. Thanks.